Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. B, your Cajun Connection, coming to you from Laurel Valley Plantation. Now, I was here about a year ago, and I did a quick video on just how enduring these slave quarters have been over the decades. But I'm back because Hurricane Ida passed very close to this little taste of antiquity. And as you can see from the blue roofs in the distance, Hurricane Ida did some damage. So we're gonna document a little bit of the damage that was done by the storm. And I'm going to begin walking down this same street that I took about a year ago, September, when Sally was bumping around in the Gulf. And you can see this building here. It's pretty intact. This looks like some type of storage shed. No problem there. Oh, but excuse the passing traffic. But from there, it takes a turn downward. As you can see, tree limbs hanging precariously, and doors, and these are cypress boards, were blown in, and just a lot of damage to these structures that have been standing for almost 200 years. And here they are, and they have seen many hurricanes, and all of a sudden we have what may be irreparable damage. Now, I don't know if they're going to try to repair some of these, because you can put doors back up and you can patch roofs, but when the whole structure is down on the ground, laying down on the ground, then it takes on a whole different repair. The grass hasn't been cut in a while, and you can see the roof, some of the tin was blown off of the supporting wooden structure. Here we go. Here's one where all of the support beams that hold up the overhang for the porch are now laying on the porch itself. This seems to be a pretty serious repair, although I guess it can, well, anything can be done. But how much of the authenticity is going to be lost in the repairs? And here as we walk up here, we see an increasing amount of damage. Looks like as we go further along this path, this shoulder. I'm going to shoulder up the road of this highway here. And there was a tree here, gone. This was a big pine tree, gone. It could have fallen on the building, but it didn't. It looked like it fell to the south. This direction that I'm standing and looking now is east. You can see here some of the structure is significantly damaged. Although I got to tell you, the chimneys seem to have done pretty well during this whole disaster. Again, posts gone, the steps leading up to the porch gone, and this whole structure here is laying basically on the ground, gone. Now, What are they going to do with this? I'm not sure. Because you can see all of the cypress boards are just there. Are they going to try to repair this? I wouldn't think so. This will just have to be a casualty of the damage that was done. And you can see in the back, behind and in the next row of houses, similar damage. Continuing to walk up the highway on the shoulder, we come to another tenement, the slave quarter, sharecropper quarter, whatever, what have you. And wind damage, a lot of damage to the structure. Some of the posts are missing. The steps leading up to the porch are missing. And wood just collapsed. Now, did it collapse because of the just already rotten? I'm sure that was a contributing factor. But more than anything, Hurricane Ida dealt a devastating blow. Now, as you can see here, we have blue tarp up there, and that's to try to remediate any further damage, which tells me they're probably going to try to save what they can. And that would be good, because this is a taste of antiquity, and as much of it as you can preserve as possible would be a good thing. Continuing, we have more tin that was blown up, and more attempts to salvage the building by putting blue roof tarp on it. But you can see here on the back side, all of the rafters are exposed, and yet they got a blue roof here. So part of it's getting rained in no matter what. And of course it's open here. It's open. You can see into the cabin. And look at this. Another one just laying flat. House, roof, porch. All on the same level, basically. Like dominoes. It's actually a little, it's very sad. Some would say, well, good. It's a relic of a horrible time in history. And that's true. It is a relic of a horrible time in history. But these houses remind us, just to let us see that things aren't like they used to be. No matter how much politicians complain, progress is constantly being made. And these slave quarters stood as a testament of progress. No trespassing. Well, we're not going to trespass, but we can sure stand here and take a good shot of the damage that was done. Trees are still on their sides. And this, a larger house maybe. I'm not sure what this was. On the other side of the highway, we have less damage, more attempt to salvage the homes, The blue roofs are there. You can see the damaged trees, and these look more like houses that were maybe for several families. This big tree here tumbled. It's blown down and right onto the roof of one of the houses. It's going to take a while to get all this cleaned up, and I guess 6 months from now we'll see what the intent of the owners is, whether to try to find lumber from another building that kind of matches this lumber, these old cypress boards with about as much age on it, and try to rebuild some of these structures, or just continue to try to preserve the ones that survived and let the ones that the hurricane got, just let them be a casualty of a force majeure. There we have it. There's a street, houses on both sides, lots of damage, wet, mold infested, damaged. Well, they were already damaged from just age, but now Ida. I'm reminded of a poem, Ozymandias. These homes stood once as a respite to cane farmers and sharecroppers to come and rest their weary heads. And now they just lie in the rich black Delta Louisiana dirt. Blue tarped, tent on the ground, trees on their sides. A wicked reminder that the forces of nature will bring down everything in time. If I had to say it, and I don't know how many houses they have out here, maybe about 40 or so, 50. I would say half of them are, no, more than half, maybe 75% have sustained some damage, and about a good 40% have sustained maybe irreparable harm. The grass has been uncut, and the mosquitoes are thick. They will definitely run you out of here. It's been raining a lot of standing water, and this place is almost hostile. Laurel Valley Plantation, a relic, a historic landmark of a bygone era, thank God. Some of it has survived Ida, and some of it has not. It's almost a parable of life. Hurricanes come and hurricanes go. The hurricanes of life. Some people survive and some people don't. This is Dr. B, your Cajun Connection, waxing philosophical as we stand and look at the devastation that time was kinder to than the winds of Ida. We'll catch you in the next video.